SuperSell is a sales strategy application, and what's really cool about this application is that it uses information that you input to give you selling techniques. And I've read lots of books on sales, and I've been in some form of sales for a long time. And so I've read a lot of books and gone online and read a lot of blogs and even done a couple of those tests that you can take, that kind of say what's your personality or your selling type and all this stuff. But this application is truly unique. I have not seen anything like this before. What you would do here is you would create your interaction style. You would come in here, you would enter in your information, just basic information, and it would give you basically words that you would say, I agree, I am like that, or you would skip it, which would basically mean I'm not like that. So it would build kind of a personality type for you as far as your interaction goes when it comes to selling. There's 108 that it runs you through, and it goes relatively quickly. You tap on one, tap on another, you keep going, and then when you're done, you can review your style. And so it gives me a style of expressive, low responsiveness. So it's interesting to read this stuff and find it out. I think I went a little hot on some of the terms. I'm expressive, but not super expressive, and I'm not necessarily low responsive, but I was just tapping really fast to get through some of these too. So it gives you an overview here, and then you tap on the arrow and it gives you general behavior. And what's interesting about a lot of this stuff is that even though I did go kind of fast through these, and as the word popped up, I just kind of tapped on or skipped what first came to my mind. A lot of these things are very, very true to the way that I interact and relate to others. And so this is really good information because it kind of, even just to know the way that you interact with others based on answering these words and agreeing to them or disagreeing to them, kind of brings things out and kind of reminds you, oh yeah, that is the way that I interact, or that is the way that I do things. And it helps you become more aware of what you're doing or what you're not doing in situations when you're dealing with other people. So reading my style review is good information for me. And then of course I have my expressive selling style because I am expressive, it has told me. And so a lot of these things are very, very true about the way that I do communicate and interact. And as I read through some of these, I feel, okay, yeah, maybe some of those things are good, some of them aren't good, maybe I need to make some changes or be aware of those things. And so I'm reading through these and becoming more aware of the way that I interact. So when you're done, you can email this out to yourself, or you can email it to someone else. So this is really good. This section is going to take more time. The Your Style section is going to take more time than the Contact Styles. So now what we would do is we would go into Contact Styles and we would create a sales contact. So in preparation for you to be meeting with somebody that you're potentially going to be pitching an idea or trying to pitch a product or sell a product to them, you would come in here and you would enter in their name, and then you would answer some simple questions about them. Much shorter, it's 20 questions, so it doesn't take a whole lot of time. And then, of course, you can go in and review. I just, put my wife's name in here and did a couple of the questions, went through it really fast. And so we've got our grid here. The supportive customer and buyer is what it suggests she is. And I can read more on how that person interacts and deals with purchasing. The sales strategy with supportives, and I can read through that and understand and learn more about a supportive type personality. Don'ts with supportives, very good information to know. Do's with supportives, very good information. And then Q&A for supportive sales strategies. How does this buyer perceive sales interactions? What does this buyer seek from selling situations? What motivates? This is great information to know if you are preparing to pitch somebody and you're not 100% sure. You can't just look at them and say that's what they are, but after answering a couple questions because of the interactions that you have had with that person, you can completely understand and get this put together so that you have a roadmap for how to sell to this person. So very cool. There's also a tutorial here that shows you how this will enable you, to understand people and their purchasing ways. It also explains more about how this works with the grid here, and it's just really cool application. I mean, you would have to take some sort of a test. They probably would charge decent money for something like this, an analysis of a selling purchasing relationship. This is a really cool application to have. So of course you can put in your style. You can also create a new one, a new interaction style. But what's cool is under the contact styles you can have multiple. So as you can see here, there's plenty of room for many more. I can go in and edit and delete this if I wanted to. I could even go in and change the information here. It says, the name. I could put in the company, the title, and then there's the date of when I added this. So very cool application, very valuable information. If you've at all read books on selling, or you're interested in learning more about that whole process, I think this is a great application for you, and that you should really look into taking a look at this and seeing how it could potentially help you. Very, very different. Nothing I've seen like this before. So really recommend that you check it out. I think you're really going to like it. The application is called SuperSell, and I think you should check it out in the App Store today.